Look at the evolution of Nick Fuentes here. Like, these guys have been big about Epstein. They've been big about the Epstein files, and it has created this sort of like MAGA fracture. And so 6 months ago, when this first sort of blew up, right, during the summer, it first blows up. This is right when Pam Bondi said, hey, we're not releasing the files. There's nothing in there. It's all a hoax. And everybody blew up about it. And so Nick Fuentes back then was saying, let's never forget that 1 year ago today, our president, Donald Trump, was spared from sudden death by God. Trump took a bullet so that he could live to cover up Epstein's pedophile island and to bomb Iran for Israel. Okay? So this is Nick Fuentes, like basically saying, rescued by God. Trump is covering up, and then he's got an Israel conspiracy here. So he has God intervention, he's got his anti-Semitic bullshit, and then he's got like Trump has turned on us and is protecting the pedophiles. But now, you ready for this, guys? Look at what he said literally just the other day, boss.
Sometimes you gotta be the villain. Epstein's my boy, dude. Let's just be honest. Epstein was cool as fuck. There, I said it. What are you gonna do? Go ahead, cancel me. Yeah, I said it. Jeffrey Epstein was cool as fuck. Now what? Go ahead, cancel me. Do it. So sometimes we have to be the villain. Sometimes we have to be on a villain arc. That's okay. I'll be a little unpopular. I've been unpopular before. I like it better.
He says, I like it better. Dude, what are we doing, bro? Like, that's his new thing. And look at what this said. Somebody sent him money saying, Mom, just validating the beard mogs. Thanks for starting earlier than my bedtime. My Epstein opinion evolved from hearing your perspective. Girls become curious in high school, especially ones with daddy issues and have no guidance, no self-worth, but yearn for love and don't know where to find it. All that being said, no e-girls. So now they're like somehow like, oh, these girls had daddy issues and were just confused. And he's like taking the wildly unpopular opinion of being rebellious by like celebrating Jeffrey Epstein. And the groypers, though, are now going to adopt this philosophy. I mean, let's be honest. Most of these guys, though, already, most of MAGA, they don't have a problem with Epstein, guys. I mean, if you think about it, if you go into the Christian MAGA world, they believe in like teenage marriage. Like Missouri, you could marry child brides up until like 2 years ago, bro. Okay? So like the part of the reason why the Epstein thing is not a huge deal to Republicans, to MAGA, is because they don't see anything wrong with dicking around with teenagers. They don't have a problem with that shit. That is like, it's in their Bible, guys. I mean, isn't it gross? It is gross. But this is where they're at now, guys. This is where they're at. And what I'm saying is that Erika Kirk, she's a convergence with them. Like Erika Kirk, and I feel like Erika Kirk, the only thing that's going to keep them separated is that Israel scenario. But there's like a weird convergence that's happening where I think that they're going to share a fan base that like people that just don't have an opinion on Israel are going to be able to exist in both of their worlds. Like people who leave that sort of topic off the whiteboard are like, they're both feeding the same world, except like Erica's feeding the Zionist version of that world. And he's feeding the anti-Semitic version of that world. But Zionism and anti-Semitism are the same thing. They're just aimed at different nationalities, right? Different ethnic, right? I mean, if you look at Zionism and you look at anti-Semitism, they're both trying to sort of ethnically cleanse. It's both like shades of Nazism, really, in a weird way, the way these guys are doing it, this America First anti-Semitism and that Zionist Christianity. Dude, it's crazy. Now, to address what somebody said about Charlie Kirk, the course changes are so scary now, feels like war. He said Charlie Kirk getting shot scares him for all of us. And now, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I believe there are a lot of people who have that fear that what they are worried about is that Charlie Kirk was extreme, but still sort of like normalized. And now they're afraid that these crazy motherfuckers like Nick Fuentes are going to slide in there and become the new thing. And that the new thing is just going to be way out far right. And like, there's an energy of that is going to happen. Like, everybody's jockeying for that vacancy. You have like Holly Hand, right? That closeted little like do-gooder, right? You have TPUSA and Erika Kirk, and then you have J.D. Vance as Orthodox Catholic, and you got Fuentes, and then you have Tucker Carlson kind of with his foot in everybody's pool. But what I want you to look at with Charlie Kirk, guys, is I want you to forget about what they're doing, okay? And here's what I want you to take from this, if you have that worry. You ready? I'm going to drop some faith knowledge on you right now. So I think we need to look at the Charlie Kirk situation on what we do with the vacuum, okay? Because Charlie Kirk was a very powerful cog, and he was like already like the Donald Trump of tomorrow. He was the guy who was like deified already, even before he went. That's why they've turned him into a martyr. He was deified, and he was like the young reality TV star, okay, that was like, had this magic, okay? He rode a vehicle that was well designed, and he was there at the beginning, okay? So the thing you got to realize is part of Charlie's power was he was like the first guy, okay? Like, if you looked at gaming, there was like Ninja and Tfue were the first guys. Or you look at the music, the Beatles were one of the first guys. And so those first guys through the wall have this like magical superpower. But the problem is after Charlie Kirk, everyone else is chasing it, okay? They're chasing it. And the thing about that is they're not going to be able to retake that magic. It's going to be a whole nother generation of people chasing before there's another Charlie Kirk, right? Like, if you look at the Beatles, we waited all the way until Nirvana for another rock band. It was like 30 years before somebody came by that blew up like that. So there's going to be a generation of everybody chasing that magic before we get the next thing, because it's just a vacuum that everyone's fighting for. And so that's an opportunity for us, right? So I think we have a generation of detonating their shit, detonating MAGA, detonating and fighting against the fascism and this sort of theocratic takeover. And we have a chance to establish a preventative like wall of society that is like can snuff some of that out before we even get to that next big thing. And I think it's a real opportunity, actually. I think it's sad, like, for his family, and I'm sure the people that were really into him are like heartbroken and shit. But I think there is a once in a generation opportunity for the left to come together and to reaffirm that like all this hostility and negativity and separatism and shit is not the way. And you know, like, guys, I think it starts with us. And what I mean by that, guys, and we've been talking a lot about this, but I think we on the left have to show them what unity looks like. Okay? Before we're going to get like the right wing and the middle right people to come around and to let go of that cult, we have to become the unified thing that we say is important. Which means like the leftists and the communists and the socialists and the liberals and the centrists and the fucking whatever, the Hillary Clinton fans and the fucking 𝗙𝗪𝗏 fans and the 𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗏 fans and the fucking 𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏 fans. We all have to come together and lock arms and show what it looks like to work together with people that don't believe the same thing as you. And like, we have to be an example. Instead of demanding behavior from them, you need to be less racist, you need to be less judgmental. No. We should set the tone. Let's be less judgmental of our own party. Let's be less judgmental of our own group. And let's show them what it looks like. Okay? That's what I think we do, guys. Instead of accepting them or demanding they change, let's us change. Let's us like put down our purity testing and our constant ragging on individual issues, and let's all come together as a unified left to stomp out MAGA fascism and simultaneously show them what it looks like. And I think Zoran's a great example. Okay, Zoran is a great example. He is a really good example. I think AOC is a great example too. She will like make buds with the centrists in the middle of the road all the time. Zoran is great. He didn't go and like tell Donald Trump to fuck off. He went there and charmed him. He went there and politically won him over. And now he's like announcing that, yeah, we're giving childcare to undocumented people too. We're not checking your status. And like he's pushing Trump's game, right? But he didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we have to learn that lesson. And Zoran, the way he did it, he met with the Zionists and the Orthodox Jews and the Muslims and the Hindus and the Christians and the billionaires. And he made pacts, you know, made friends with Kathy Hochul. He eventually got on with Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, he literally like is with everybody. He united with everybody in New York. And he said, like, there's no reason we can't all get together and fight for the common good. And I think we need to learn that lesson together. We need to get on board, and we need to do it this year. And then we need to do it in 28. And we can fight it out in the primaries and vote with our heart in the primaries. But then afterwards, we got to get behind our candidates. We got to get together, and we got to forget about past resentments. We got to let go of Bernie or Hillary or Biden or Kamala or Tim Walz or any reason we're hurt. And we should just all get our shit together. Okay. And realize that like, we're not going to get a better world unless we do it together. Right. And then let's get the power back. And then let's demand things while we have the power. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.